Y'all, if you know me or you know anything about me, you know travel is bae, and I love to travel. And I'm thinking about having a retreat for my top clients, and I was thinking like, well, where would I take them? Where would we go? And so that's what got me to thinking like maybe I should bring you all a video of my top 5 travel destinations. Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome back to the channel. I need you to hit that like and subscribe button. That's the first thing I need you to do. Okay, let's get into it. Now, like I said, I'm thinking about having a retreat for my customers. I want to have something where they have the ability to just really step away from all their to-dos, what they haven't completed yet, what's still on their mind. I want to give them a place to step away from all that so we can really take a deep dive in our finances. So I've thought about why not look and revisit it at my top 5 destinations, because I'm not going to take somebody somewhere I've never been. I'm going to take them somewhere that I've been, especially if I've been multiple times and I really loved it, because I'm going to have a better experience to bring them into. So let's go. I made a little small presentation. Don't worry, it's not a big, huge PowerPoint, but it's literally just a lot of my travel pictures from the different places and different locations that I've been to. I felt like that would be better to give you some visuals. I'll insert a few videos in there from different destinations also, but I think that you'll enjoy this and have a good time. So, welcome to my top 5 destinations. And today is actually a very special day. I'm bringing this video to you on a special day for a special reason. And that reason, or that is that today is my birthday. Today is my birthday. So I'm going to bring this full screen. I'm going to make this a solo layout so that you can get a full bask in the full ambiance of that which is I'm just joking. I'm just messing with y'all. But just looking at the pictures on here, I did not mention these destinations, but this picture right here is me in Panama. That's actually the Panama Canal right behind me. This picture is in Guadalajara. That's that Jose Cuervo Express train. Highly recommended. And then any destination that I mentioned in this video, if you want me to make a separate video about that destination by itself and my trip there and elaborate, let me know in the comments and I'll gladly make some. Like if you want to know, maybe you're considering going there or you want to return and you want that information, like I say, just let me know. This picture is in Chicago, believe it or not, out on a boat in the playpen where all the different boats and yachts meet up during the summer. And then this last picture is in Panama. Now, this was in January of this year, 2024. This was actually in May. These two are a bit older. I believe this one is from like 2022 or so. In Panama, I'm not even sure when this one is from, to be completely honest with you. But let's go. Now, number 5, coming in number 5 is going to be Porto. Porto is a destination that I like. I really enjoyed. I went to Porto last year in 2023 as a part of my 40th birthday celebration. Oh, today is my 41st birthday. So because it's my 41st birthday, I'm offering my Mindset to Millions course on sale, $41. Use the promo code BDAY, okay? Don't say I never gave you all anything. You can get it from today until this Friday. Okay, 2024. Today is August 27th. Now, Porto is a very walkable city. It's a city in Portugal, and I also visited Lisbon while I was there. They're very walkable cities, but you want to wear some comfortable shoes because they have a lot of hills. There are a lot of hills in Portugal. So you want to be able to be comfortable. You want to be able to walk and get around. They have a lot of sites to see. You want to stay near that walkable area so you can get to a lot of different sites without having to take long Uber rides anywhere. We went to Porto, and baby, Porto is home of the port wine. So those who are wine connoisseurs and sommeliers, they look at port wine like it's bottom of the barrel. Me, I like sweet wine. I don't like dry wine. I don't like bitter wine. So Porto had great wine for me that I liked. They have this signature wine that's called Vino Verde, which basically means green wine. It, when you first taste it, was not so hot. But if you pair it with the right food, it actually wasn't that bad and it tasted decent. It wasn't super sweet though. But a lot of people don't care for it. So my tip to that is make your own decision, use your own judgment, try it, don't clout your thoughts with what other people said. My favorite snack or treat in Portugal was the pasteles de natas. Woo! When I say I OD'd on these things while I was in Portugal, every single cafe I passed, if they sold pasteles de nata, baby, I was eating it every time. And then I just learned today, talking with someone, they have lemon. Baby, I'm definitely going back to Portugal. Portugal is also a good destination for people who want to live abroad. A lot of expats have moved to Portugal, so it's definitely a place that you might want to research and visit if that's something that you're thinking about. The picture to me on the right hand side with the red pans, that's in Penoal, and that's out where like the wineries are, and you can go out there and they have tours that you can take that'll show you the process of creating wine. It's so beautiful. It's like straight out of a postcard. They have like the mountain with the train going around, and it is gorgeous. You hear me? Such a beautiful vibes and scenery. The people were nice. We definitely got a lot of wine. Not as much liquor as I got on the Jose Cuervo tour in Guadalajara, but I definitely was lit. I was lit. And I'm a lightweight though, but I'm also going to partake. Like if I'm on a tour or an excursion that includes beverages, I'm going to partake and have fun and live. I'm on vacation, right? So moving right along to number four, my number four destination that I really enjoyed is going to be, can you guess what it is? It's going to be in Africa, and it's going to be Egypt. Egypt is my number four destination. I enjoy Egypt. I love the culture. I love looking at the paintings and things inside the pyramid and just seeing the features, the big lips, the big cheeks, the Coca-Cola shapes, the curvy hips of the different paintings inside the pyramids and inside the different historical buildings, seeing that these things are still existing up live. Now, one thing I will say, the vendors in Egypt are aggressive. The taxi drivers will be aggressive at the airport, and the vendors will be aggressive. Don't make eye contact. Don't respond and say no, because all they're going to do is find a rebuttal for whatever you say. Trust me, there's nothing you can say that will make them not say, oh, okay. If you're black, they're going to be like, oh, my cousin. We're cousins, my sister. Like they're going to badger you. Some people said that this, like, it was so bad it ruined their entire experience. Personally, I do still want to go back to Egypt. I want to visit Aswan, where the Afro Egyptians are, which I know sounds crazy because it's in Africa, but you get what I mean. So I also love this picture on the left. It's one of my favorite travel pictures of myself because I have on the love necklace that has a picture, a picture of a continent of Africa instead of the O. And I'm standing in front of the pyramids at the time in Africa. So for me, I've always loved that. I love the way the sun is glistening off my skin. The melanin is popping. Like all of the things is one of the reasons why I love that picture. On the right, I'm on a boat excursion and I'm off the Nile River. Now, there is a restaurant called Sequoia that's right off the Nile River. Very good food, great ambiance, very great to go there like a sunset or in the nighttime, beautiful views. But I will tell you, most people in Egypt, it's a lot of smoking. So it's going to be a lot of hookah, and it's a very normal to experience that at the different restaurants. And then as far as it being walkable, it's definitely not walkable like Portugal was. Like just keeping it real and telling you, it's not walkable like Portugal. Number three is Colombia. I love Colombia. For those don't know, I speak Spanish and I am working on being proficient in the language. So I travel to Spanish speaking countries often so that I can practice my Spanish. I can talk. I can get used to listening to others speak. I can get used to listening to them talk fast so I can pick the words up from them because that's a very important part. And that's the part that I'm at now. Being able to pull out the words no matter what accent and how fast, and that's something that you have to practice and learn, let me tell you. But Colombia is a vibe. The food is delicious, the people are dope. I had a great time. The picture in the middle is my group trip. Like I said, I plan a group trip all the time for my friends and I, but we have a very close-knit circle. Like nobody can be added to the group unless everybody in the group approves them, because we have a great vibe. We all travel well together. We don't have any problems with money. Nobody is arguing at the restaurant over any bills. And we like that vibe. We love that for us. So we're not trying to change it and we're not trying to disrupt that vibe. Okay. So we're very picky about who we invite into that circle. But if you look on the left, that picture, I'm in Comuna 13. And Comuna 13 is a beautiful neighborhood in Medellin. And it is important because this was like, the way that they label neighborhoods in Medellin is based on the type of neighborhoods they are. So in Medellin, they're basically labeled like, okay, these are the affluent neighborhoods, these are the low class neighborhoods, this is the hood, and things like that. So Comuna 13 is considered the hood, but they've worked with it. They've basically, from my understanding, what I was told on my tour, they basically like made agreements with the gangs, and now it's safe enough that you can go on tours there and visit and learn. I wouldn't acknowledge or advise you to be out there at nighttime in those streets, but during the daytime on a tour, go see it. It's beautiful. Colombia has such beautiful murals everywhere you go. In Cartagena, they have this neighborhood called Getsemani, and it's spelled with a G, Getsemani. When I say beautiful murals of Black women, beautiful murals of brown women, like they really um, pay homage to us. So it's very lovely to see the really talented artists, and the murals are just all over the place. And probably a lot of the most common murals you've seen in pictures of people who were in Colombia, it probably was in Getsemani, because they're like the three women in the row, that's in Getsemani. But just all over. Now, this middle picture with me in the group, we are in Palenque. Palenque is a African village that was founded years ago, and it was one of the first free villages founded by African slaves in the Americas. And when I say the Americas, I mean North America, Central America, and South America. And to this day, police do not have jurisdiction to just enter Palenque and arrest who they want to. If they feel like they want to arrest somebody there, they have to speak to the elders or the authorities in Palenque. They do not have jurisdiction to just enter their village and, you know, capture someone. So to me, that's very powerful, and I respect it. I love going there. I'm a nerd at heart. So I love going to another country and nerding out on what that country is about, what they're prideful of, what their history looks like, their real history, not what I was told. So I typically go with an open mind and listening to what they tell me, because what I learned might not be the truth. And I can't come to their country telling them about their country, because they're going to look at me like I'm crazy. So that's one of the things I think is important. Colombia, I will definitely be back in Colombia. I actually would consider moving to Colombia. I do have people I know that have moved there already, but it's a dope destination. I love it. The picture on the right, I believe I'm in Cartagena there. They have this monastery. And so I was standing on top of it, scaring the hell out of my friend. But I thought it was a dope picture. It was a dope picture. Like the view behind me is amazing. I'm just saying. So that's why I stood up there to give it. So moving right along. Number two, Carnival in Trinidad. So as you can see, I go to Carnival in Trinidad every year. Like this is my trip. Me and my crew, we go to Carnival every year. And I started going the first time in 2018, but in 2018, I didn't dress for Carnival. Like I didn't put the information out there. So I didn't get a costume. I didn't know how to do any of that. So the first time I went, I didn't have one. I just went to the events. I even made mistakes on timing of events. This is another trip that I plan and I coordinate and I do everything for this trip for me and my people every year that we go. And again, all they have to do is show up. They love it. They have no complaints. And it's a very smooth process, and I do it in a way that doesn't make your wallet cry. Because again, I'm a financial person. I'm a personal finance educator, so I'm not going to do anything to make your wallet cry if I can help it. But here's my 2019 in the orange. I put the year under each one. One of the things that people like look at carnival costumes and they say like, oh, well, they're dressed like that or they look like that. But Carnival is about the culture. Carnival is about freeing yourself. It's about not being worried. It's about leaving your stressors and putting those things out of your head, accepting your body for who it is or what it is, and showing up as yourself unequivocally with no apologies. You don't have no apologies for showing up as yourself. That's what Carnival is about. So it's not about, oh, we're being naked. Like people focus on that. It's not about that at all. Do you know how empowering and how confident you have to be in yourself to walk outside in front of other people like that? You have to. And the confidence that you didn't have when you started, as we continue to do Carnival, we build it. And you would be so surprised how it just starts to spill over into other parts of your life and help you build your confidence when you're walking out in your regular clothes and you're walking out fully clothed. You have way more confidence. So that's a hill that I'm willing to die on. I love going to Carnival. I love soca music. You definitely need to build up your stamina though. When you go to Carnival, you need to act like you're going to a marathon. You hear me? Like, no, I need to come on the stage. When you're preparing to go to Carnival, a lot of people always come to me and be like, oh, next time you go, I want to go. Next time you go, I want to go. Training for Carnival is like training for a marathon. You have to be prepared to get very little sleep. You got to think Trinidad is close to the equator. So you're going to be in the hot, hot sun for hours doing 20,000 to 30,000 steps. Like we keeping it real. And you might be doing those 20,000 to 30,000 steps without any sleep, having not slept for 24 hours. Like, I'm not here to sugarcoat. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't sugarcoat in my classes. I'm not sugarcoating with you about Carnival. Because if you want somebody to sugarcoat it, that means you want somebody to have to babysit you at Carnival. And Carnival is too goddamn expensive. Carnival is definitely a trip that my budget goes on vacation for. So I am not about to spend that much money and be at Carnival for you to essentially have me have to babysit and take care of you. So it's very important for you to know, like you have to stay hydrated. And when I say hydrated, it's more than just drinking water. Drink coconut water. You're getting less sleep and you're not, so your immune system is down. So you have to make sure you do things to build your immune system. It's a whole process. Like me planning a trip for them and taking care of that, that doesn't leave them worry free. They still have things they have to do to prepare. You got to get baby oil so you can get that paint off your skin. You got Juve that doesn't start till 3-4 a.m. in the morning. They have parties. I don't care what time of day. There is a party that is just starting at that time when you're at Carnival. Like that's one thing that you have to be mindful of, that you got to be mindful of. Okay. So then this is my Carnival crew. I want to show you my Carnival crew. Let me look at my other screen. This is my Carnival crew. She hasn't been with me every single year, but My friend here, she's been with me since 2019. So the only time she hasn't gone with me was the first time I went when I didn't wear a costume. Every other time she's gone with me. And then we've incorporated other people different time. But again, it's always a group vote. I don't bring anybody into any trip that I do with other people unless everybody in the group has voted yes on that person going, because everybody in the group will need to get along with them. And that's not when you have, like, those of you who travel know, when you have somebody that you travel well together, you don't have no problems with money, you get along, you're not trying to mess that up. You're not trying to hurt that at all, because you're traveling for a vacation. It's not a vacation if you have to deal with that. I'm just saying, it's not a vacation. So, honorable mentions before we get into my number one travel destination: Cuba and Barbados. Cuba, I've been to twice. I love Cuba. I love the people. I love the vibe. My best advice for you with Cuba is that you have to do your research. Cuba is not somewhere you can go on a whim. American money, American credit cards, debit cards, they don't work in Cuba. They don't work at the ATM. They don't work at the store. So you cannot come down there thinking, oh, I'm going to pull out more cash. You will not be able to. Their Wi-Fi, it's a communist country. So they have control over when they can access the web and where they can access the web. You're not going to have the free ability to have Wi-Fi like you have here. So you have to research the different things about going to Cuba. That's the best advice I can give you. Barbados, ironically, this was taken in March of 2020. So when I come from Carnival in Trinidad, I typically go to another country. For one, I'm already over there. For two, I need to recuperate before I go back to being an adult again. And so this year I went to Barbados. Well, shortly after I came back from that trip, that's when the whole world shut down. So that was like my last trip before the pandemic started. So I'm sitting there, I'm on the stairs, I'm at Rihanna's house chilling, not knowing in 2 weeks the whole world is going to be shut down. And I was 2 weeks from possibly being stranded in Barbados, because after that time, airports closed. So you couldn't get out of a lot of countries. A lot of people did get stranded in other countries for like 4 or 5 months, just being real. And I can't work from Barbados to my job. Belize is my number one top travel destination. I will say it again. I will keep saying it. Belize is home to me. I've been to Belize probably 7 or 8 times. I already know I'm going again next year. Belize people in Belize are like family to me. The first language in Belize is English. For those of you who don't know, I get comments all the time thinking that everybody in Belize is Spanish, or thinking that they're all of Hispanic culture, but they are not. They have Black people in Belize. But it's going to depend on what part you go in. They got Creole Belizeans, they got Garifuna, so it's different people from different parts, and they're all in Belize. So I would say it's kind of like a melting pot if you look at it. But most of the people that I hang with are in South Belize, at the tip, literally off the coast. And it's a beautiful, gorgeous destination. The food is delicious. The culture, I love their culture, their history. It is beautiful. Like this top picture right here on the top corner, this picture was taken with a regular phone. Like, I'm going to bring it completely to the screen. This picture was taken with a regular phone. And this was years ago. So this was before, I have a Google Pixel now, which takes excellent pictures. This picture was taken before I had a Google Pixel. This is at Key Cocker, which is one of the islands off the coast of Belize. San Pedro and Key Cocker are the 2 islands that a lot of people frequent when they go to Belize. Baby, just gorgeous. You hear me? Gorgeous. This one right here is at one of the keys. It's not one that tourists go to, so I figure there's no point in telling you. It's one that you're going to go with a local. But Belize, it's the vibe, it's the culture, it's the fact that I feel at home when I'm in Belize. When I Belize, I can walk around and I feel comfortable, I feel safe. I don't feel like I'm having to look over my shoulders. The people are nice, everybody speaks to you, nice, friendly, food, vibes, sun, weather, do I have to keep going on? It's something about Belize that I just can't explain, but it's a feeling I have when I'm there. So that's all 5 of my top destinations. I hope you all really enjoyed this video. I appreciate you watching. If you made it this far to get to my top 1 destination, thank you so much for watching. You might as well go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Okay, go ahead, hit it. You know you want to. That's all you have to do. Hit that like and subscribe. This last picture, this is in Puerto Rico. It was a excursion we went on, and they let me drive the boat. They always seem to let me drive the boat. I have pictures and videos of me driving the boat in St. Lucia, in Belize, moving the ferry myself. But I don't know. It's something about me and boats, but I do love the water. So that could have something to do with it. But hope you all really enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And I'm going to come on here so that I can say goodbye to you and see you next time. See you on the next video.